A guy calls a company and orders their 5-day, 5 pounds weight loss program. The next day, there's a knock on the door, and there stands before him a voluptuous, athletic, 19-year-old babe dressed in nothing but a pair of Nike running shoes and a sign around her neck. She introduces herself as a representative of the weight loss company. The sign reads, "If you can catch me, you can have me." Without a second thought, he takes off after her. A few miles later, puffing and puffing, he finally gives up. The same girl shows up for the next 4 days, and the same thing happens. On the 5th day, he weighs himself and is delighted to find he has lost 5 pounds as promised. He calls the company and orders their 5-day and 10 pounds program. The next day, there's a knock at the door, and there stands the most stunning, beautiful, sexy woman he has ever seen in his life. She is wearing nothing but Reebok running shoes and a sign around her neck that reads, "If you catch me, you can have me." Well, he's out the door after her like a shot. This girl is in excellent shape, and he does his best, but no such luck. So, for the next 4 days, the same routine happens with him gradually getting in better and better shape. Much to his delight, on the 5th day when he weighs himself, he discovers that he has lost another 10 pounds as promised. He decides to go for broke and calls the company to order the 7-day 25 pounds program. "Are you sure?" asks the representative on the phone. "This is our most rigorous program." "Absolutely," he replies. "I haven't felt this good in years." The next day, there's a knock at the door, and when he opens it, he finds a huge, muscular guy standing there wearing nothing but pink running shoes and a sign around his neck that reads, "If I catch you, you are mine." He lost 33 pounds that week. A man, his wife, and his mother-in-law went on vacation to the Holy Land. While they were there, the mother-in-law passed away. An undertaker told them, "You can have her shipped home for $5,000, or you can bury her here in the Holy Land for $150. The man thought about it for a while and then told him, "I see. Well, you'd better ship her home then." The undertaker asked, "Why? Why would you spend $5,000 to ship your mother-in-law home when it would be wonderful to have her buried here and only spend $150? The man said, "A man died 2,000 years ago. He was buried here, and 3 days later he rose from the dead. I just can't take that chance." A man got on a bus with both of his front pockets full of golf balls. The only seat available was next to a rather attractive blonde. As he went to sit down, he couldn't help but notice the blonde was glancing at his pockets. During the bus ride, the puzzled blonde kept looking at his crotch and his bulging pockets. Finally, after many such glances from her, he said, "It's golf balls." Nevertheless, the blonde continued to look at him for a very long time. Clearly, she was troubled by what he had said. After several minutes, not being able to contain her curiosity any longer, she asked, "Does it hurt as much as tennis elbow?" A woman was walking along the beach when she stumbled upon a genie's lamp. She picked it up and rubbed it, and lo and behold, a genie appeared. The amazed woman soon came back to her senses and asked if she would get 3 wishes. The genie said, "Nope. Due to inflation, constant downsizing, and fierce global competition, I can only grant you 1 wish." "So what'll it be?" The woman didn't hesitate. She took out a map and said, "I want peace in the Middle East. See this map? I want these countries to stop fighting each other." The genie looked at the map and exclaimed, "Gadzooks, lady, these people have been at war with each other for thousands of years. I'm good, but not that good." "It can't be done. Make another wish." The woman thought for a minute and said, "Well, I've never been able to find the right man. You know, one that's considerate and fun, likes to cook and helps with the house cleaning, is good in bed and gets along with my family, doesn't watch sports all the time, and is faithful. That's what I wish for, a good mate." The genie let out a long sigh, shook his head, and said, "Let me see that map again." An attractive lady from Seattle was driving through a remote part of Texas when her car broke down. A local on horseback came along and offered her a ride to the nearest town. She climbed up behind him on the horse, and off they rode. The ride was uneventful, except that every few minutes the guy would let out a yee-haw so loud that it would echo from the surrounding hills. When they arrived in town, he let her off at the local service station, yelled one final yee-haw as she dismounted, and rode off. The service station attendant asked, "Ma'am, what did you do to get him so fired up?" "Nothing," shrugged the woman. "I merely sat behind him on the horse. I put my arms around his waist and gripped his saddle horn real hard so that I wouldn't fall off." "Lady," the attendant said, "that guy was riding bareback." Two bored casino dealers are waiting at the craps table. A very attractive blonde woman from South Alabama arrives and bets $20,000 on a single roll of the dice. She says, "I hope you don't mind, but I feel much luckier when I play topless." With that, she strips to the waist, rolls the dice, and yells, "Come on, Southern girl needs new clothes." As the dice bounce and come to a stop, she jumps up and down and squeals, "Yes, yes, I won, I won." She hugs each of the dealers, picks up her winnings and her clothes, and quickly departs. The dealers stare at each other dumbfounded. Finally, one of them asks, "What did she roll?" The other answers, "I don't know, I thought you were watching." Susan's washing machine breaks down, so she calls a repairman. Since she must go to work the next day, she tells him, "I'll leave the key under the mat. Fix the washing machine, leave the bill on the counter, and I'll send you a check. Oh, don't worry about my bulldog Spike. He won't bother you. But whatever you do, do not under any circumstances talk to my parrot. I mean it. Don't talk to my parrot." When the repairman arrives at Susan's house the following day, he discovers the biggest, meanest-looking bulldog he has ever seen. But just as she had said, the dog just lies there on the carpet, watching him go about his work. The parrot, however, drives him nuts the whole time with his incessant yelling, cursing, and name-calling. Finally, the repairman can't contain himself any longer and yells, "Shut up, you stupid, ugly bird!" To which the parrot replies, "Get him, Spike!" A beauty pageant was underway when the police were called by the lady organizing the event. She ran out to greet the two male officers as they exited their vehicle. "Please come quickly," she said in horror. "We found a peephole drilled into the changing room. Some pervert has been watching us." "Don't worry," the policeman said reassuringly. "We'll track down the suspect right away. Please tell all the beauty contestants to go back to their routines. There's nothing to worry about anymore." The lady smiled, relieved. Then she asked, "And what about the hole in the wall?" "Rest assured," the other police officer said, "we'll be looking into it."